show is none other than your host, Frank Nitty, and I'm in the building. Y'all know what time it is, man. And if I'm in the building, y'all already know I got my guys with me, man. Let me go ahead and bring them up the right way, man. Y'all know if I'm here, I got that boy Patton, a.k.a. the Mailman, a.k.a. the Streets, a.k.a.
Activated.
Definitely activated, man. And y'all know, man, we got the sniper in the corner, man. Y'all already know, man. That boy Killer Cal is in the building, man. We all Texans on 3, and y'all know how, man. On a Tuesday, it's alive! Yes, it's definitely alive, man. And we alive, man. It's definitely good to be viewed, man. Hope y'all having a good Tuesday out there, y'all self. It's been pretty dope, man. Texas news that we've been getting throughout the week. We haven't seen y'all since Friday, so it's been a pretty dope weekend. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday was pretty dope, and today, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get into some different things that we've been peeping out here. Definitely big shout out to everybody in the bull ring already, man. Shout out Mellow Mike, man. He's already in the comment section getting it started. We're going to start going to those questions in a little bit. But as of right now, man, how y'all guys doing?
It's almost that time.
It's getting close, man. How does it feel to be actually about to see a preseason game this weekend?
Long overdue, man.
Yeah, long overdue. What you think, Cal?
I'll be glad when we do see a preseason game so people can stop freaking out over this offensive line.
Hey, y'all know how it is in the Texan community where, you know what I'm saying, everybody like to stand on something that they said first, you know what I'm saying? And I said I was against that, but, you know, y'all might be getting me, you know what I'm saying, selling me into this, man, because I remember, and I'm pretty sure y'all remember, don't make me prove it, don't make me go back to when we first drafted Ariante, I'm sorry. And Ursary is his last name. But when we first drafted him, I said that we drafted him to be that he was gonna play left tackle this year. And y'all was like, no, man, because Cam Robinson, you know what I'm saying, they paid him that money, which I agreed to. I was like, they ain't paid Cam that money to actually come in and sit. But it's crazy that, you know what I'm saying, the young man has been, you know, knocked over there to the left tackle side. And he's actually doing pretty good. What do y'all think about that? I know that, you know, y'all really, really be deep diving pause into that O-line or whatever, but how do y'all feel about the fact that it's two things I want y'all to answer. The fact that your guy, that they didn't just slide him right over there, you know what I'm saying, in position. And when I say that guy, I mean Fisher. Why they didn't do that, and what are they actually showing us as fans and, you know, the people that's looking at the team by not doing that?
I got a hot take for you.
Okay, what's the hot take?
This is especially for Cal. He brought up my guy Henderson last show. Did a little work, and I can tell you this: him and your guy Tojiat, they've been going at it. And Tojiat has been having a very, very, very impressive camp. He's been giving everybody hell on the interior. And for the most part, the only person that he can't whoop is Henderson. Now, with that being said, my hot take will be Henderson makes the 53 and Juice doesn't.
Oh, breaking news. Y'all see that up there in that.
Yeah. Now, you know, Cam, he hurt his leg the first day out there in West Virginia, I believe, and that pushed Ursary to the left tackle. Now, I told you guys when we first drafted him, he will be our future left tackle. And with Cam being here, if Cam doesn't get hurt, you slide Ursary to the right tackle. Either way it goes, this man will be starting on our team at either left or right tackle. Coming soon, real soon.
Okay. Hey, and I'm with that because, you know, I'm a Henderson fan. I think that you sold him on me though. You were the one that sold me on him and said, like, bro was the dog. was the dog. So I was like, hey, we never got a chance to see him yet. So he was always like my little hope. Like, at least,
Oh, yeah.
because we don't know what he is. If we don't know what he is, we don't know if he bad or good. So I just lean towards him being good. But what you
No
think,
news is
Yeah.
good news when it comes to O-line.
yeah?
Well, let me say this. I don't want to skip over it, and I love to give our, you know, us three, and when Doc is in here, give props. Yeah, you did say that, Nitty, about him being at the left tackle, and I was like, nah, because I didn't like his. I didn't think that he was flexible. As far as his movement, lateral movement, as being a left tackle.
Because the tape shows it, you know what I'm saying? But
No, but what I'm saying is, you stood on what you said. You was like, nah, I think hey, he could play left, and I was like, nah. So I shot it down. Now we going into camp, and I can just say that Patton was the first that I've heard anybody. And I'm talking about guys on the radio, off the radio, social media, that said Ursary would start this year. He was the first to say that he would start. I told Patton he was crazy. He wasn't going to happen. And now this dude is taking reps at left and right tackle.
But I'm gonna say this though, Cal. I don't see how, when you watched his tape at Minnesota, right, and you heard what he did against the guy that went to New York this year, the game that he had against one of the number one pass rushers in the draft. Like, what made you think that he wouldn't be able to? I mean, he didn't have too much competition that was staring him down the barrel, that was like, that had talent that he should be worried about. I'm just interested in knowing why. Was it literally just his bend in the hips that kind of made you think like, hey, nah, bro ain't starting?
That is what I thought, but I'm gonna expand on that a little bit deeper so you can understand it better. Not saying that you won't, but Patton to know where I'm coming from on this. Now, he played at University of Minnesota. And so people immediately start to talk about the competition, right? Well, the competition is a little bit less, and it ain't the power, it ain't the big Power 5 schools and, the top 10 every single year. And it's like, hey, it's going to be a learning curve for the youngster, man, because this the real deal at the next level. Ain't that what they say, right?
Always.
And then we got a guy that was drafted that could have won in the first round if he would have stayed one more year. Was drafted in the second round. Played at Notre Dame, that they released a lot of great linemen, and he can't even seem to see the field. And Fisher. So whatever happens at that NCAA level, sometimes you grow on it because you got to continue to build and build and build. Amico say iron sharpen iron. Well, I mean, if you continue to be iron, then you can be sharpened by somebody else. That is
wasn't he the other end? Like, wasn't Joe Alt on one end and he was on the other?
I think that's how it was, Patrick. Did he change positions and Joe Alt took that position and he just went to the other side because he was the starter before or something like that?
He rotated.
What was it, Pat?
He rotated.
Yeah. So with that, Nitty, like
Joe
when you
different.
have somebody,
Joe, all is different.
Right, but the thing about it is that they were saying if Fisher would have stayed another year, that he would have been a first round pick.
That's what
All first round picks are not created equal. We're seeing that right now. And I'm kind of disappointed in Fisher that he's not taking the opportunity to seize the moment. Like, what it takes. Now, you had a whole entire year, and this off season, you go, hey, you got married, you see the world, you're making a little money or whatever. But it's kind of almost like, I don't see any difference in his game. It's like his game did not take another step. And then you have this guy coming in, Ursary, and you got all the vets talking about, he's a dog. He comes in and he's there to battle. So, hey, shout out to Patton for hitting that one, man, because it looked like wherever they want to use him, I think he's going to take that position and he's going to continue to grow on it. So something else that Patton said that I disagree with, but when you look at the practices, when Cam got hurt, and they moved him to left. I'm like, damn, Pat was right, because I said if he became all pro, they're not going to move him to left tackle. They're going to keep him right there. We don't know that. So if they move him to left tackle, man, hey, I'm gonna give
I ain't
Pat
gonna lie.
$100 because he didn't hit it, boy.
If he plays left tackle this year and actually trust him to play left tackle, I think we'll see him out there at left tackle probably. I think he stays out there. I don't think they try to switch him back or something like that. Just do circles.
Let me say one other thing. When people say,
obviously.
Let me say one other thing. And when people, including myself, when I was saying Ursary would not, I don't think he's going to start because, they paid Cam $14 million. You're going to play him. Cam started 99 games. He's been a starter, his whole entire career. Like, he's a left tackle. Like, he's a pretty good left tackle. Not great, not all pro, but you can plug him in and you ain't got to worry about him. He's going to learn his job.
Yeah,
if Nick did not go and get Cam Robinson and pay that $14 million and went into the draft without a answer at left tackle, we wouldn't have got the wide receivers there because Nick would have been pressing to fill that position, and that position still would have had a question mark. So you had to go get a Cam Robinson to say, okay, that's solidified. But when Ursary is there, it's like, hey, he was on our board. Let's go and get it. So I say all that to say this: $14 million is not going to be the reason why a person do or don't start. Because if you're better, you're going to start. And Patton always said, the best five is they're going to start. So
yeah, especially on this team, they don't care. I think that's why they got why I'm not gonna say that's why they got rid of Tunsil, but I know for Mason for sure it was like, hey, we don't care about the contract and what we said or whatever. It's not panning out. We got to get you up out of here, no matter what. Because you say some teams are obligated or feel obligated to play certain players based on whatever they contract is. And like I said in the beginning, when they paid, I couldn't believe they paid Cam that 14, and this for 2 years, right?
One.
No,
yeah, that's what's crazy. So I would say Cam has to be an above average left tackle to be commanding that type of money. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, he's serviceable. He's been a starter his whole time in Jacksonville, and then when Minnesota had injury at left tackle, that's when Minnesota had traded for him. Yeah, so he's been a starter like his whole career. So he's just a serviceable starter. Like he's not an all pro. He may get Pro Bowl considerations, but won't make the Pro Bowl. But he's a guy that if he's part of a cohesive five, he won't be the weak link of your line, and he can make it work. So
well, yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing the young man out there this Saturday. You think CJ get any reps this weekend?
Probably
should.
I think they should throw him out there for the first drive. I mean, just
give him one. Let it build up as the playoff. I mean, as the preseason go. Give him one drive that first game. Second game, give him probably about 2 or 3 out there. Then the third game, give them the whole first half, and then sit your butt down, bro. Because I believe CJ, and this is what's going to be crazy about this preseason, that they actually are going to need these other teams for CJ to practice on, because it's one point I wanted to bring up on this show, right? And one of the reasons why I named the show Training Camp 101, not because it's just our 101st show. Thanks for that. Hold up, I almost hit the wrong button. But the reason why I was saying that is because, the way that, a lot of people have been watching training camp, it's been wild, especially in the Texans Twitter community, the Texans community, period. People been looking at the way that this camp is going. And I think that the statement that comes to mind, or the phrase is, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? And what I mean by that is that if you look at what's going on at Texas camp, right? We have a lights out defense. I mean, we've been saying this before camp. We've been hyped up on this defense since the end of last season, since we lost that game in Kansas City. We've been hyped up on this defense. And when we seen the people who they added, the CJ, and all of that, it did nothing but get us more, crunk and amped up about this defense. Well, the defense is proving us right now. I mean, what do we expect, right? Do we expect a defense that good, that for our offense, no matter how good that we look at our offense to be, that defense is going to be a defense that shuts down any and everything in the NFL. I don't care who you are, the Kansas City Chiefs, Lamar, the Buffalo Bills, Detroit Lions. I don't care who you are. You are going to have problems with this Texans defense this year. We showed it last year. We showed them a little peek. But, man, this is about to be a turnover defense. So my question to you guys, when we hear about the fact that CJ is throwing so many interceptions and, having so many problems, why are people so quick to lean toward that, hey, it's got to be something wrong with CJ, and not recognizing that you have a light side defense and it's hard to move the ball against these guys out there? Pause. It's hard. It's like it literally is. Like, and so why are people trying to have their cake and eat it too? Why they want to see the offense out there having this super great day against the defense that we know that's gonna shut down pretty much anything? What y'all think about that?
For starters, the defense is really what it is. They're playing lights out early, which is a good thing. When it comes to iron sharpening iron, people have to understand this. That defense isn't learning nothing new. They're only just going through what they already know. They're getting more familiar with what they already know. The only person on defense is really learning is CJ with Gardner Jr. or Gardner Johnson, EJ Speed, the rookies, Smith and Reed.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, everybody that's been there, they've been there, so they know what they're going into. They're just getting in football shape at this point, but they're playing free because they know what they're doing. Now, you flip the script, go to the offense, new OC, new weapons, a reconfigured offensive line. And with the offense, CJ has more control of the offense now, pre-snap and everything of that nature. So they're having to learn on the fly against a very, very difficult defense to have to learn some shit going against every day. It's a good thing when they have good drives or a half of a good day. But understand this too, though. You're not going to really know how good or potent that offense is until actual week one. Don't go to this team to drop 30 and 40 points. It's possible because it's preseason. It's backups against his backups. These guys that are going against the Texans in these next 3 games are fighting for a job. So are the guys on this team. So you can't go into the preseason hoping to go 3-0 or 2-1. Like, the record doesn't matter. It's the players that are going out there. Are they getting better? Are they learning their assignment? Can they produce at a high level and pick it up real quickly? Don't worry about the defense. Defense is going to be fine. Defense is going to be top 5, period, going into the season. When it's all said and done, that defense will be top 5, if not number 1. The offense, with the way it's going right now, I have it projected to be at least top 15 as of right now. And we don't know that. We don't know what's going on with Mixon with his massive ankle injury. We don't know exactly what Chubb we're getting. And what I can say about Chubb is Chubb and I got Jawar Johnson, man. Shout out to Chris Royal, man, RIP. Both those guys in practice have been doing a very, very extended job of picking up the pass, the blitz. That's something we've had a problem with since Aaron Foster. Since we had Aaron Foster. Foster was the last running back we had that could pick up the blitz. Well, Lamar Miller could too, but after that, it was just trying to get in the way. These guys are picking up the blitz. They like those guys' ass on fire that's coming through those holes. So be patient. In the words of Aaron Rodgers, man, relax.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I definitely think that what we see, and this is what I was building up to say, is that what we're gonna see in the preseason, and this is why I think CJ gonna play in the first preseason game, the second one, and the third one, because this is gonna be the only way that this offense kind of gets a breather. Like playing against their own defense, bro, it's been stifling. So what you're gonna have is, hey, let's go out there against this other team. You even had D'Amico saying that in the press conference. He said it to somebody where he was like, he can't wait. You know, they say that all the time, but it hits different this year when he say that he can't wait till his defense are out there hitting somebody else. It's almost like he protecting the offense. It's like, hey, man, I can't wait till these guys out there hitting somebody else, because right now they are doing the offense. Now, for the sake of the offense, let's say this though, because I did hear this yesterday. Or was it earlier today? I could be wrong. I could be getting my days running together. But I heard that the offense ran the ball extremely well. It was either today or yesterday, but I think it's today.
Both days.
Yeah, but they
yesterday
ran.
Was good. Today was better.
Yeah, they say they ran the ball like it was like stamped. Like D'Amico said, the way those guys ran the ball, that if they had to play a game tomorrow, those guys are ready to go. And that said something to me. I don't know what y'all get from that, but I get a lot from the coach saying that those guys are good. So that's what make me say, like, and that's why I started off with the whole Ursary thing about, you know, if those guys are actually playing good in the spots that they in right now, and the run game is actually working, does that kind of solidify where these guys are at in their spots? You know what I'm saying? Like, is D'Amico like, hey, this is it. This it right here.
I think that I said this probably about 2 weeks ago, and let me just reiterate.
Mm-hmm.
If you win a turnover battle, you win a time of possession, and you run 55% of the time versus 45 on the pass, you're going to win 95% of your games. The Texans was very good even under Slowick last year with time of possession. CJ don't turn over the ball. I don't think Mixon fumbled the ball. Don't remember the wide receivers fumbling the ball. So they take care of the ball.
How do you think we lost that game though, Cal, to Detroit? When you break it down by what you're talking about right now, like, because we won the turnover battle, and did we win time of possession in that game?
You didn't score enough points. Like if your defense, right, the most important football.
The most important thing in football is the ball.
Look,
balls.
Man, when you have a game where you get 5 interceptions, one game, 9 sacks, you have to capitalize. So, like, when that game is over with, and just say I'm just watching the box score and I see the final score was 45-13, and I'm like, damn, what happened? 5 interceptions happened. They didn't capitalize on it. So you have to be like, when you get that ball like that, when you get turnovers and sacks and short side of the field, you have to capitalize, man. And I think that the good part about this team here is, I said it once, and people, when you asked me last week, Liddy, how we're going to beat Baltimore, we got both. We got the number 1 and number 2 running back out of the NFC North.
Yep.
You know, now everybody's still going to question, Mixon. We don't know what his injury is, but I think week 1 he'll be back. And I think Chubb, it would be great for him to not have to take so many carries, and then he can just ramp up. So right around November, December, he has his football legs, and you have a 1-2-3 bell cow. So I think that
don't sleep on DP, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man.
Then I said 1-2-3, Texas 1-2-3. You didn't catch that, did you?
Hey,
when I say that, man, they're gonna run the ball. They're gonna play in rhythm. They're gonna get the ball out of CJ hand. That's why they, doing different things with my guy Brevin. Yeah, shout out to AD. I saw him down there, Brevin, my guy. They doing stuff with. They doing stuff with Brevin. They doing a lot with tight ends. Woody Marks, he's gonna be catching out of the backfield. The Texans is gonna control the clock They're going to be physical, and then the defense is going to put it like this: the defense is going to have at least 2 plays a game that's going to be ESPN worthy. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be a sting, a Z's, interception. It's going to be big hits. It's going to be something, but 2 a game. They're going to have like, wow, this defense is really doing their thing, man.
And not only that, too. I don't know if this just a preseason thing that we just hearing, but Pat, are you hearing about like as far as the defensive like scoring? Like I think that we're gonna have like a top of the league scoring defense because it's so many pick sixes. I don't know if if it's that's how it just goes in preseason. Like the offense doesn't try to really tackle the defensive play after a pick or what. I've never heard to where it's just pick six. Such got a pick six. Such had 2 pick sixes. I'm like, what? Where's all these pick sixes coming from? And I hope it translates to the season to where those guys are actually able to do that and be a scoring defense. But man, it's looking scary. And I'm not being biased, but I don't recall a defense like now. I know that y'all love to go to the Legion of Boom, right? And I was just watching Legion of Boom the other day, right? And you want to know something I understood about the Legion of Boom that I just learned that I really didn't look at it like this. Their front 7. Do y'all remember the front 7? Do y'all remember who the front 7 were in the Legion of Boom? Because what I want to say is, and I want to see if y'all agree. Do y'all agree that the Legion of Boom was secondary driven?
No, it made the most. Not the most sense, but I mean, they were the most talked about people. But their front 7 was pretty good too. You had prime Bobby Wagner, and middle linebacker, Malcolm Smith, the other linebacker. I forget the third wide linebacker, but Michael Bennett as a DN.
Bennett, yeah.
Jesus, I forget the other guys on the line. I can only name 3 of the front 7, but. It was pretty solid.
See, look, I'm agreeing with what Mike's saying down here, right? And this where I'm coming from with it, Mike. Legion of Boom did not have this type of pressure, even with Michael Bennett. Like, I don't know, I could be tripping, but it's just seeming like we haven't seen a defense like this in a while. And my thing is this, let me ask you this question, Patton. What makes this defense as good as it is, right? What makes it different? What makes this year, or what are the differences between last year and this year? Because last year they were a good defense. What's putting them over the hump this year?
That D'Amico does. Seriously. You take this defense without his guidance, and it's not as potent. It's not as aggressive as it is. Like, start with the D-line, right? They play an attack style defense, and which may sound crazy for those that don't know or understand that D-lines have plays and schemes that they have to abide by when they are within that defense, right? This defense that D'Amico employs has an attack style for D tackles, which is why a lot of D tackles, defensive tackles, they're not just do a D-liner, but defensive tackles in general want to come here because they're able to play freely, aggressively, and just get to the ball. There isn't a lot of being technical with it. You know what I'm saying? Go beat your man, go get ball. What's going on, Sarge? Now with the linebackers, that's D'Amico's ex-linebacker. So for his tutelage to any and every linebacker that comes into this defense, you're getting taken care of. You got a guy that knows what he's doing. All you have to do is listen and follow suit. Now, stay with me. Going back to the fiasco with what's our guy named Steve Nelson, right? Steve Nelson, even though a lot of the fans didn't like him at that current time, because how he was picking on D'Amico, calling him milk dud, and Nick Casario about the vest, things of that nature. One thing he did point out that I took into consideration that
Sarge
D'Amico doesn't coach. He doesn't do a good job of developing defensive backs, right? And that's fine because we got one of the best defensive back coaches in the league. He gets those guys together. And let's be real, Nick Casario, even though he's not the best person at scouting offensive line, He's a damn good guy when it comes to scouting defensive backs and receivers.
Yep.
And look, you got in that defensive backfield right now. You got
Man.
Pro Sting, future All Pro and last. You got Gardner Johnson. You got Kalen Bullock. And you got Petrie. I almost forgot about Petrie. Because Petrie's playing nickel in his natural position. Like, it's one of those things where we are damn near. We reach for so much things that we don't know, like, okay, who to start with, where to pick it, like, where? You know what I'm saying?
We ain't never had this many riches, bro. Like,
wait, Melo just said Nelson had his best season in Houston. The reason why is because that front seven created so much pressure. And not to say the front seven, because we don't blitz linebackers. It's only from the 4 down linemen. So going back to when we had JJ, right? JJ created 90% of that pressure just by himself. When you had Kareem Jackson and Jonathan Joseph, even when Jonathan Joseph was getting up in age, those guys had good quality seasons because of the pressure that was being created at the front seven. See, defenses as a whole works in a conjunction, right? With going to the Legion of Boom, their secondary was clamped down. There wasn't a lot of pressure generated from the front seven. But guess what? Your receivers can't get open. You think they open, but they can't get open. Now look at us. We get more pressure, which means more pressure, balls coming out, a high percentage of them being intercepted or knocked down or deflected pass. Like, it's going to be a nightmare for a lot of offenses to go up against us. And truly, and I'm going to say this too, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you, I'm kind of nerding out. But the only way to beat a defense like that is to throw the ball quick and short. And even with doing that, you got both your DNs that are 6'5" or 6'6" to get their hands up. Your D tackles can do the same thing. So balls will be batted, pause. Like, it's a nightmare, dude. It's gonna put for offense, for opposing offense to beat this defense. The defense is going to have to allow them to get beat.
Exactly, and it's like,
I don't feel like playing today.
And look, think about how good our defensive backs are, because I can definitely say this about Stingley, but you can say this about Kamari too. They are very good at what you just said, Patton, at making I don't know if they mastered this or what, but they can make it look like they're beat, right? Because wouldn't you even say, and this is putting Stingley aside, we know how Stingley get down, but you remember that play against the Chargers last year, right? With Kamari, where he pushed that wide receiver, where the wide receiver actually got behind him, but he pushed him a little bit to throw him off the route a little bit, and he still ran and was able to turn around and get the interception. It looked like he was beat, which probably was what made the quarterback throw that pass. I wonder if that's something that Dino Vasso actually practiced with those guys. Like, they are tremendous in the trail technique. The trail technique is like they lock down in it to where that's what makes it scary, y'all. That these guys will look, because I was thinking this about Stingley earlier today. I was like, because they were playing something where somebody was talking. I think it was Richard Sherman saying something about Stingley, and they were playing it on the radio today. Stingley is one of those guys where he can, and he makes it look like he's getting beat to bait the quarterback. But when you look at that, that's literally saying that he can be beaten. And he has the best recovery in the NFL. Like, you could probably get a few steps on him, but his recovery is what's gonna make it to where you can't do. Like, that's probably was on point what happened with the Miami Dolphins interception as well at the end of that game, where the guy threw the ball. I can't think his name. Tua threw the ball.
Sure.
And he probably thought that, hey, what's the name gonna beat Stingley, and Stingley just popped right back up to snatch the ball out of his hand. It's just Stingley's ridiculous, and I wonder if that's coached. That's what I was trying to get at. I just wonder.
You can't coach that, man. Either you got it or you don't.
And both of those guys got it, bro. It's ridiculous. It's scary. That's scary.
Like, Stingley is like probably our best athlete on the team.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
And that's saying something, because we got some damn good athletes on our team. But
you know one thing Stingley can't do? what happens to Stingley legs, bro, whenever he catches an interception, bro? Like,
I
for
feel
real.
he preserved himself.
For him to be that athletic and that much control in his body, why does Stingley run after an interception, bro? It's like, what is going on, bro? It's looked like bro just I can't even explain it, but
I just told you.
what?
He's preserving his energy. Like, you gotta think about it. This dude is covering the top
That makes
receiver in
sense.
the game, and he's moving fast. Like, you not watching the game on TV and watching it like live, you don't see the ground these guys cover play to play.
Mhm.
And no matter if the receiver is running a dig route or just running him off the line of scrimmage, he's staying with the guy at all times. So when the ball does come his way and he makes a play on it, he'll probably get a halfway there and run out of gas. And then you got to think about it too. Last year, every time he took a pick was close to taking it back home, you have to remember, I got to say, some type of energy because this offense going to go out there and probably ain't going to score. We going back on defense.
That makes sense. I promise that makes sense because that's what it looks like. Because I couldn't explain, like, what is bro just start jogging, and that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like bro be like, all right, who finna get me? And what it is, he kind of picks up speed once he realized, like, hold up, ain't nobody finna really try to get me right now. Then he tries to, because that play against, I think he ran one back against the Chargers as well. And that was the longest one he ever had. And I was like, bro was jogging almost the whole time, but he sped up a little bit once he started to see, like, hold up, I might be able to take this in. But if bro would have went full speed from the beginning, there would have been to the house, bro. He allowed those other guys to get over there. But like you say, he's preserving energy. And I would agree with you, Patton. He's definitely the best athlete on this team behind Will Anderson. I mean, not behind Will Anderson. Will Anderson behind him.
Let me add something on to that too. I from time to time I kind of check in to listen to what's going on. There's a lot of silly stuff that be reported, and I check out on the interceptions by CJ and the loss of yards by Nick Chubb. Because look, Lombardi's are not won in 2 days and in training camps, and I don't know when people start taking stats in training camps, which I think is the silliest thing. But I digress. They're saying that Lassiter. I know, and see, what I figured out was that social media has given everybody a voice. See, before social media, you only had so many voices. And you kind of pick and choose the voices, and you only heard so much stuff. So you didn't hear an over influx of everything. But now you got 7 or 8 people or 10 people at the training camp, and you have, CJ overthrew that ball, and then you have somebody saying Brevin Jordan just dropped it. And somebody say, well, he ran the wrong route, and CJ just underthrew it. It's like, you know what, shut. And I just check out for a minute. But anyway, but what I did hear was Lassiter is having a great camp. What that's going to do is, and I was thinking about this today, Sting is going to be Sting. And you're going to have a couple of quarterbacks out there that's going to say, you know what, you could say like a Daniels or even an old Aaron Rodgers. Like, you got certain quarterbacks that's going to say, you're just not going to take the side of the field away from me. I'm going to test you. But what they will do is they'll test Lassiter first because, Lassiter is, he's coming into his second year. I think that D'Amico is going to force them to throw it on Sting's side. And you say, well, how is that? The safeties that we have in our secondary, we can run single high safety with Bullock if we want to. I wouldn't do it exclusively, but you can back him out to single high, 17 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You can bring him down to like 12, 13 yards.
Let's say this though, and I want you to keep going with your thing, but Bullock has been having, they say, is one of the better camps than anybody out there. So all of those wrong angles and all of this, I think he may have, saying,
Follow me real quick. Follow me. The way that Lassiter is playing, those angles that Bullock missed last year,
Mm-hmm.
Like D'Amico can set him at single high and shoot him down at a 45-degree angle and take the over the top away from Lassiter man. What you got to do? You got to throw it to Sting side now. That
Mm-hmm.
means people like CJ, GJ, and Petrie, and but mainly Sting is going to get a lot of balls thrown his way because over on this side, Lassiter's doing his thing. But if I got a safety over there with Lassiter, kind of like cheating a little bit, then a quarterback has to honor that. And it makes you have to throw to the best cornerback side. Linebackers can slow, defensive ends can come. So it's going to be a lot of things that's going to happen. And I envision that both of those guys will probably end up, because I think last year, and I don't follow PFF really, really close, but I think both of them finished like top 10 in PFF, the only corners in the league, Stingley
Mm-hmm.
and Lassiter.
Yeah, they did. The only
That's
cornerback duo.
that's crazy because now I think Bullock is going to be in that equation, and I think CJ. So I mean, it's a possible. It's so many things that can happen with that secondary. And when Patton was naming off everybody, he didn't name the Jalen twins, and he didn't name Jimmy Ward.
I did.
Exactly.
No, when you named five, no, when you saying the five, when you was comparing them to the Legion of Boom, I was listening to you. You named those five, and I was like, and he didn't even talk about the two rookies or Jimmy. That secondary is is the best secondary in Texas history.
I
But
guarantee.
it has to be played out. Just the way that we are propping up the defense and saying the defense,
Mm-hmm.
we have to keep in consideration that's how some people feel about the offense. At the same time, we haven't seen neither one of them on the field, but the only difference is, like Patton said, the defense is only doing what they've been doing for the last 3 years, and they're adding to it. The offense, they're trying to figure out their identity. New offensive coordinator, new offensive line coach, senior offensive line coach, another running back in the room, two rookie wide receivers, CJ calling the plays, tight ends still getting their feet wet, the number 2 and number 3 tight end, a whole new offensive line room besides Titus. Hey, it's a lot to learn. So, hey, it's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Like I like to think that, what I'm saying, that like camp, like, and we always know because it's crazy, right? And it is funny when you think about it, right? That, when we hear about, the OTAs, and during the time that we are talking about OTAs, everybody like, hey, wait to training camp. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start to see how things start to pan out. And then we get to training camp, and then now the thing is, it's like, hey, wait till week 1 till we hit the field. It's like it's just fun to see how the maturation of the season goes, as you know what I'm saying, as you go through these different parts of the season, because what we're seeing in camp, like I said, this weekend, man, I think that, it's blood in the water for sure, for how even though it's a preseason game, I think those rookies it'll be shown or told to them how we got our ass whooped by Minnesota, and those guys will go out there and try to put it on the line for the red, white, and the blue. And I think it's gonna be a good game, man. I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be a lot of running going on, but I think that when we get a chance to see those bag up quarterbacks, the Davis Mills and the Mertz, is that his last name, Mertz?
Yeah, Graham Mertz.
Mertz gonna look good. Watch, mark my words. Mertz is gonna look good, bro. I'm talking about. Hold on,
He got some speed on him, man.
Yeah.
Mertz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got some speed on him.
That. I know that when he first came here, we drafted him. They say, bro, had a knee brace. That was crazy, a crazy knee brace out there. Oh yeah, he said had a hell of 2017. They did. But I hated when we did that too, man. When we let them guys get them guys. Them boys almost won a Super Bowl, man. And I was like, it's at a certain point, man. I started to just, you know how you just start rooting for a team because they in the AFC South. You start being like, hey, the AFC South, you know what I'm saying? They repping the AFC South, so I'm gonna ride with them. I was riding with them boys. Hey, when
Hey, Tangent just put up a good point. He said turn Mertz to a tush push. So when we drafted him, rumor has it at that time that he was brought in just for that.
Really?
That's the rumor I heard.
Hey, I'm gonna say I want to ask this about the tush push. I know any team can do it, right?
No.
So it's a rule.
No, it's not a rule. It's just it's technique.
It's technique. Yeah, you have to have the right people in order to do it.
The O-line, man, the low man always win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia offensive line. If you ever just watch them play football, everybody gets low, lower than usual, and they had the perfect center in Jason Kelsey. Like most centers, they snap the ball, holding the ball like this. Kelsey hikes it like that, and that by going that way, the quarterback is easy to grab it that way versus having to grab it like that.
Mm-hmm.
That alone gives you a millisecond quicker to you pushing it back. You already leaning forward versus having to do that. Keep yourself balanced, then lean forward into whoever you're leaning into. And another thing you're missing too, the guards, like the tush push works because of the combination of the center and the guards. And you also have your quarterback, Jalen Hurts, who can bench press squat.
I was waiting for you to make that point. That's the point right there. That's the point right there.
Built that way, like everybody.
That's the point. That boy, he squats like he leg press like close to 800. So let's say, but he can clear like a clear 650.
Yeah.
Hey, he's not losing any ground at all.
He's very strong.
Right. So a lot of people give the offensive line the credit. They do their job. But Jalen, all he does is just find that crease and he just digs off into the turf and you can't stop him. No. Everybody don't have his lower body strength.
No. CJ, actually, there's no quarterback in the league starting that's even close to that. You see a QB sneak, they're gonna hike the ball, either stand completely up and try to lean or lean right. Hurts, ball is snap, he's already on the center's back, in between the center and the guard on the left side, or between the center and the guard on the right side, and he's digging in, he's pushing. And of course,
okay. So let me ask y'all this question now, right? Let's get scientific about this tush push. So you got those two extra linemen in the back, or tight ends, or whatever you want to call this, like standing in the back to push Hurts in, right? You take them out of the play. Is the play still successful?
Yeah. No.
Exactly. So my point is that it's not just those guys; it's those guys that's pushing.
A little push helps, but dude, he's doing the majority of the work himself.
Ninja Kyle in the building. Appreciate
I've seen the tush push where he was already in there before the running back and the fullback can get to him to push. Like he's pushing the line himself. Like,
and I see a lot of teams. I see a lot of teams do that. So my thing is now I'm listening to what y'all saying. I understand that, but I think
every time Brady is a QB sneak, he has to be pushed, and that's no slight to Brady. But I'll be damned if you see putting CJ in there for a tush push. Leg might get broke. CJ not that strong lower body wise.
CJ's too slew-footed for the tush push, bro. He too slew-footed for that, bro. I'm talking about bro feet gonna go way. We gonna turn bro feet backwards.
But you know, and that's not our problem. That's their problem, whatever. But the one part that I don't like about the tush push is I think they said Saquon Barkley had about maybe 9 or 10 plays that were stopped at the 1 yard line. Man, get that man the ball. Shit. Man, that man earned that touchdown, man. Don't do that, man.
You talking about instead of doing the tush push, just give him the ball.
Yes, that man earned that, man. I
Yeah.
get you down to the 1 yard line. It's like, hey, Jalen, come on, let's go ahead and like, come on, bro. It's first down too, and you running the tush push.
This
Now
the
get
last
that
question
thing.
I got about the tush push. What's the longest yardage that they ever got? They only pulled this out for short yardage though, right? Like
Solid.
yard, 1 yard, something like that, 4th and inches type thing. Like they ain't
Fourth
never
and
been
one, fourth and
5.
inches.
They ain't never been 4th and 5 and try to run the tush push.
That's not what that's for.
Yeah, exactly. So you just got to stop those guys from getting into fourth and shorts, bro.
Yeah. It's easy said, easier said than done. So
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they do that, man. That's gonna be crazy work, Larry. I ain't gonna lie. I really like I say, CJ. Let's talk about CJ for a minute though, and the type of camp that he's having. I never asked y'all just straight up. Are y'all worried about what you hear, or are you so much versed in watching football and understanding training camp that you know this is like? Because somebody said too, like, hey, CJ Stroh had a bad camp his first year in the NFL, and look what he came out and did. So what do y'all think about what's going? I mean, I know it's kind of, y'all may have to reiterate a point or two that you said earlier, but I mean, what do y'all think about, people worrying about, him
I
throwing the interceptions that he's throwing? Like should he not be doing that? Should he not be trying these passes? Is this the time that you do that? Like what's going on?
look preseason, 2 days, training camp, OTAs.
Hey,
Anytime you running
that was
those,
balls. That was balls. But anyway, keep on going.
anytime that you are like first of all, a lot of people that's on radio, just because you're on the other side of the microphone don't mean you know what the hell you're talking about. It's a lot of people in this city that I just don't trust nothing that they say about sports. I listened to them long enough, and you got some idiots out there, man. But I say this: when you go into and Patton played a little ball, when you play 2 days and training camp and stuff like that, you're doing a lot of installations. You're basically, if you send a fade route to Nico, that's the only read that I'm throwing to out. I need to see that throw. We want to make a sideline throw. We working on timing here. The defense probably already know that the shit is coming. They probably already know. They've been working on it. The defense been watching them on the sideline. They done ran this play several times before the camera started filming.
Mhm.
And then they run the play. And then the ball either is underthrown or it didn't go all the way to the sideline, or Nico dropped the ball and it's like, damn, why did CJ throw in double coverage? Because that's what they were working on. So there are going to be a lot of plays. I can't look at CJ in year 3 and say that the CJ that we saw in year 1, that all of a sudden he's just going to be a turnover machine. I'm not ready to say that. But in training camp, there are a lot of things that you work on. And you will go to the line of scrimmage. They're not in the huddle all the time. The huddle is not, condensed all the time. And sometimes they might say, hey, man, go back to the line. Run that damn play again. Brethren, get up out of your cuts. The linebackers already know that, man. The defensive ends already know it's a pass play. Mm-hmm. So CJ is just working on rhythm with the wide receivers. Like, I think it was Higgins. They showed what a ball.
What do you think this is right here, though, Cal, where they say that at one of the practices he took his helmet off and threw it in frustration? What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, because that's being competitive. Like, of course, every time that you go out there, whether it's practice, preseason, whatever, you going out there because you're working on your mechanics, your fundamentals, and everything, and you're trying to make the throw. And so when the play is, if the ball is underthrown, overthrown, the ball is dropped, the competitive spirit in me is like, damn, and I know I can make that throw, but it's not like, damn, man, it's like, what the hell is going on with me? No, it's like, that's just being a competitor. Like, you're competing. But for anybody to be on the sideline to look at CJ missing throws when passes and plays are orchestrated a lot of the times. It's like, what are we actually looking at? Or do you actually know what you're looking at? So no, to answer the question, I know I went all the way around the beltway, should have stayed on 16.
No,
It's
you
a
did. No,
long
you did
answer.
right. You did
But
right.
my thing is to say this. I am not worried. I keep saying I don't care nothing about the position starters. That means the wide receivers and the quarterbacks in preseason. Running backs, yeah, they're gonna like see him hit the hole. Do he have the burst? Chubb have the burst? And I keep telling you, it's all about the second and third string. Quarterbacks, why? I'm not worried about none of that. I'm not worried about if Higgins missed the ball. There was a timing pattern. The ball got out real quick. He missed it. People, oh man, you got to make that. Man, you got to make that catch, man. I don't know what's going on with him. Man, CJ, come on, man. You got like, have y'all just
Speaking of
started watching
Higgins,
football?
speaking of Higgins, I heard he was listed as like a starter on the unofficial depth chart that came out today.
I think he's the third wide receiver. And I think they got Noel kind of like,
You know what about
yeah.
Noel, what?
4?
Okay, that ain't
12,
bad. So what is it?
12 Higgins, Kurt, and Noel.
Hold on, say that again.
12
Uh-huh.
Higgins, Kurt,
Okay.
and Noel.
Oh, okay.
Kurt is penciled as the slot.
Right.
Oh, so man, we gonna get what we thought then, bro. Gonna be an X. Y. Which one would that be?
I think it's a Z.
He's a Z. Oh, okay. That's gonna be off the chain. So that's what I wanted to see. That's where I wanted to see him at, because I was like, bro, to have two of those guys with those body types, Pauls out there on the edge like that's gonna be crazy. But you, Patton, do you feel the same way that Cal do? Like seeing what you seeing, what's happening in camp, strictly with CJ. Are you this is nothing? Like this is like don't even worry about this, or is this any kind of concern to you?
I understand what's going on. Like they're working through things. They're installing. He's learning. So is the offensive. Everybody's learning. So, nah, have your mistakes now. Mess up now.
That's how I feel. I feel like
That's
do
all
your
it is.
mistakes now. See what you can. See what your wide receiver can do now. See if he gonna go after the ball. See if this. Oh, this is how I need to get the ball on him, because he's not gonna go to. He's not gonna stretch out for these. Catch radius. You figuring out what you can do and what you can't do, because it can't be a fluke come week one. And like I say, I think CJ plays this weekend. Simply because of this defense. I think if he had some breathing room with this defense, but not only that, it's a new offense.
Mm-hmm.
Strictly by that reason alone, I think he needs to have a series or
Let me tell
two
you this.
game.
Let me add this too, because I know we almost at the hour. Going into this year, there are going to be games, close games, that Nick Caley is not going to make the right call, but it's going to be CJ who does audible and make the right call to win said game or games, which is why right now it's so difficult for him to learn everything that he can learn, because he knows, just like how he was with Bobby, I got to make this man look good. And Bobby didn't know how to adjust to do anything. He literally let CJ just do, or actually save him to a degree. Nick Caley is giving CJ all the freedom to explore and do whatever it is you need to do to make every play work. If you see something that I can't see, change it. You have the freedom to do so. And that's a lot to learn for his first time in the NFL, which is now he's going to year 3. So that's a lot. But mark my words, these early training camp struggles, nothing to worry about. You just got people out there making something out of nothing, per usual.
And I think I think it's justified in a sense. I get what y'all saying though, but there is a lot of people that have been out there, boots on the ground at many camps, and like you say, it's just something to stir up the news or get some kind of clicks or something like that. But yeah, I think that camp, like I've seen quarterbacks. This wouldn't CJ wouldn't be the first quarterback I've seen so called have a bad camp. And then the season starts and it's like, hey, what happened to all of that? I done seen teams go 0-4 in the preseason, which is 3 games now, but I still seen teams go 0-4 and you know what I'm saying, go to the playoffs and have a winning record once the season started. So, you know, all of this is like y'all say, is to figure out what you can do, to see how far you can bend before things break. Pause. But yeah, this is the time to do it. And I guess we'll get on those running backs and the day that the do y'all want to end with that? Yeah, let's end with that. Um Today they said that the running game was strong, right? As far as the did you hear, and I know you heard this Cal, about British Brooks. When I heard about him, I thought about you. They said that he's been having a real good camp too. And the last when they were saying that the run that they did good in the run game, it was actually a run where if it was an actual game, they say he probably would have took it to the house. And I was like, oh, okay. British Brooks is, competing out there. And I don't know, how, his how, he's looking to make the team on the 53, but I sure hope so. But right now, as far as competition wise, we're stacked in that running back. We're stacked in that running back room. And I guess we can I guess my question would be to y'all is that how did that make y'all feel hearing about the run game improving? Was it more like this is what I expected once things settled down, or how did y'all feel about that?
It's only a matter of time for it to get going. Just going back to the whole O line topic in mini camp and OTAs. You running the ball, but I mean, do it matter? No. I mean, guys are going unblocked because they can't lock on. Defense gets to run free. O line during that time is all about technique, getting your footwork together. When the pads come on, all right, now we thumping. Okay, I told you guys after day 4, we can talk about it. Now we in what, day 10, day 11. The running game is supposed to do what it's doing now, because now they're moving guys out the way. They can easily move guys out the way. I can lock on and stick, jab, and push, drive you out up the damn field.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing too, in camp, not many people are being tackled to the ground. It's more so of a wrap up, hold you. Mm-hmm. Even when there's plays where CJ got sacked or would have gotten sacked, right? Because that's what they'll tell you. He would have got sacked here by Will Anderson or Daniil Hunter, and he still rolls out to throw the ball for a completion or interception. It's more to it than just watching. Oh, he got sacked. Well, he could have scrambled. Yeah, maybe so. It's always more to it than what you think. But as far as the running game go, I need Chubb to return to at least 80% of what he used to be. Whether Meeks will come back or not. Woods is going to be like Cal said, Woods is going to be the X factor out that backfield. Teams, primary linebackers, well, after the first couple of games where they're seeing Woods come out the backfield, they're going to put a safety on because the linebackers can't keep up with that kid. It's going to be a problem. Now, my dark horse, I would say, once again, shout out to my boy C. Royal, RIP, Jawar Jordan. That's the guy I feel like that can possibly be that dark horse in that room to make this 53.
But y'all know this, though. Don't forget, and you're right, RIP C. Royal, but on this show, well, after we had that draft, I was telling you, and I was disappointed because he didn't, but I said that he would start or that he would actually win, that to be watching out that he could probably win the job over DP at the time. I was getting a little frustrated with DP, but he ended up going to the practice squad, and so I just ended up being quiet about him. But I'm telling y'all, I've watched tape on this dude. Dude is good, bro. I'm talking about he's just didn't have an NFL body. He wasn't ready, but his skill, his vision, that's really what makes it crazy. His vision, y'all. He got crazy vision, but it just wasn't ready for the league yet. And I think what we are seeing now, that's why when we one of the soon as camp started, one of the first things I said was that Jawar Jordan is looking good out there from the eye point. It looked like bro in the weight room looked like he's taking it serious about being an NFL player. So if that is true, Patton, and he actually ends up starting, that'll be a plus because just mark my words. I've seen him and I watched this tape on. He played on 2 different teams in college. Dude is good, bro. And he always had these long runs. Like he would just, bro, was like breaking 15 yards, 20 yards to the house touchdowns, like on the regular. Like he was a man amongst boys on the field. But in the NFL, that shit catches up with you. You know what I'm saying? It's all me. It's all gangsters out there. And so I think he had to get used to that and be like, hey, okay, now I see what this is out here. And bro gonna be good. Watch. Just mark my words, y'all.
Yeah, I think this game right here is I was just thinking, okay, DP is not gonna play, so we know Mixon is not gonna play. Uh they make Chubb been out there for the whole entire camp. So Chubb may give it a go.
Ruben, hey, appreciate you, Ruben, man. We got 713 Houston Sports in the building, man. That boy say, hold on, we got this for you
Shout
right
out,
here. You gonna
shout
be
out,
the
Rube.
first person to use it for.
What that mean, nigga?
No, I know what that. I don't know what that means. I don't. Does that mean you on the honey pack over there, bro, watching the show? And if so, that might be a little TMI right there, bro. Like pause. I'm talking about big pause on that one. But other than that, though, man, y'all, I'm gonna give a shout out to the Bull Ring, man. Y'all know, man, we couldn't do this show without y'all. We appreciate, the conversations that y'all have over here. And what we want to do is give y'all a shout out, man. Let me make sure I got my applause set up. But man, we want to give a shout out most definitely to Mellow Mike, T Jones in the building, Southside, you know what I'm talking about, South Seal for Leah. Let me see. We got DQ. Appreciate you. Brandon, as always, you know what I'm saying, Texas Tangent. Appreciate you, my guy. Let me see. Let me make sure. Larry, man, appreciate you, man.
Ghetto boy.
Oh yeah. AD, man, appreciate you. Big Sarge out there, man, in West Virginia, man. At dinner, man. I don't know what you're having out there though, man, but you know what I'm saying? Say your boy something. Let me see. Ninja Cow, man. Appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you, man. That's our Cleveland fan. That's our Cleveland cousin right there, man. Our cousin out of Cleveland. Definitely shout out to Ruben, man. You know what I'm saying? That boy say all the packs, bro.
Hey, Ruben and Harley, man, been putting out some good stuff, man. I've been enjoying the videos. Hey, Ruben, keep up the good work, man.
Man,
y'all doing a great job, man. So keep supporting us. We'll keep supporting you, bro.
Hey, most definitely, man. It don't stop.
Oh, and let me say this, man. Big shout out to Sarge, like being in West Virginia and still having the wherewithal to check in just to say what's up. That's cool. Shout out to AD, even got a show going on right now, and he stepped in. Let's just say, it's enough Texan pie for everybody.
Hey, it is.
Everybody can eat, man. Like when we win this Super Bowl, man, let's go ahead and celebrate together. It's better to be unified than divided. So
oh no, I agree with that. We need to hold the Texas community to that. Like, bro, we win the Super Bowl. We need to all come together on one podcast, bro. I'm talking about it. I'm gonna be drunk as hell. Let me let y'all know that right now. But yeah, because it's about to happen. It's about to happen real soon, man. And with this defense, And like they say, it takes a defense to win championships. And all I want to say is this, and I'm going to end on this one. Think about the Ravens, right? Was that 2000? Was that the 2000
2001?
Ravens where they just had that lights out defense and they had Trent Dilfer at quarterback and was able to just keep a cool enough, sustainable offense because that defense was so crazy and was going to get them the ball back all the time. But even though Lewis was running that ball too, they was able to run that ball.
What'd you say, Patton?
And score.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I think that with it, like CJ is like 10 times what Trent Dilfer was, probably 100 times, and I just think that, bro, we have a real live chance this year, man. If this defense pans out week one like we seeing it in this training camp, bro, people in trouble, bro. Because not only are we good on the front end, we are deep, bro. We got and God forbid, but anything happens and we got to see a bag up or somebody come in, bro, it's not gonna be no drop off. It's not gonna be no drop off, bro. It's gonna be dudes chomping at the bit to get out there, bro. And I'm talking about if somebody got to miss a few games, we ain't even gonna miss nothing. It's gonna be like, hey, look at what Jalen Smith came in and did, or look, it's gonna be crazy, bro. We're gonna look like Detroit did last year, and I hope we don't get that injury bug. But every time,
this is what I need y'all to be on board with. I know Patton, I know he, and I said this once before, but I'm gonna say it again. And what brought it up was Mitty. You just brought up the Baltimore Ravens, right?
Mm-hmm.
New England had some, like the early Tom Brady Super Bowls. They had some dominant defense. We all know about the Chicago Bears, the Steel Curtain Steelers. You mentioned Baltimore. We mentioned the Legion of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
It will feel good that we have a signature defense that people can start saying, man, that was probably one of the best defenses I ever seen in my life. That's what I'm leaning on. I'm not just leaning on a good defense. I want to be a legendary defense.
Legendary. I feel you on that one.
Sir.
So, man, yep, Mike, that's what I'm saying right there. So much defense wins championships, and right now, with this defense the way it is right now, the way it is on paper, and shout out to Nick and D'Amico, what they've put together, bro, may be the next championship defense, bro. And if we win it once, man, hopefully, you know what we'll be saying next, Cal? That we looking for that dynasty, bro. Dynasty. I'm talking about keep on doing this thing, bro. Keep on doing it. Players keep on wanting to come through. Like that's what I'm talking about, man. Every year, because we know I trust in Nick, bro. I don't care what nobody say. I trust in Nick's ability to put together a roster. I don't care about, he's slipping a little bit here, but no, we talking about a full roster. I trust the man's ability to put together a roster because this is a bad motherfucker, man. This damn near, forgive me my language, but this is, to me, the best roster that as a complete that I ever seen the Texans field.
You them keys rattling? Keys rattling? He talking about Nick Casario. Them keys rattling.
That Grand Marnier Cup full too.
Hey, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. He puts together a hell of a roster, bro. As a whole,
you better stay in the house tonight.
Hey, we was doubting it at first, bro. We was like, "What is bro doing?" We see now what it is now, y'all, and you wouldn't want to be no other place but right here, man. As a Houston Texans fan, believe me. But like I said, man, it's been a great show, man. We appreciate y'all. Camera battery went out, but other than that, though, man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Hold on, that was my bad. Let me see. There you go. Right there. Like and subscribe, man. Make sure y'all do that. It helps the channel grow, man, and helps us go up a little bit, man. That's all we're trying to do, man, is make a name and put our footprint in this thing like anybody else would if anybody else could. You know what I'm talking about? But
yes, sir.
It's the Houston Texans on 3, man. We are in the building every Tuesday. 7 o'clock, 7-ish, every Friday around that same time. We're gonna leave y'all hanging too long. Pause. But hey, like I said, man, appreciate everybody that was in the bull ring, man. We was able to give everybody a shout out. Y'all
Yes,
keep
sir.
y'all eyes, man, on what the team doing. And next show, man, bring it to the bull ring, man, and we'll bring it to everybody on here. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's the Texans on 3. And, this what Nick say right here.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
Hey, he ain't here to play, man, and I ain't here neither. I ain't here to play neither, man. Other than that, though, man, shout out everybody, man, in the bull ring. Texans on 3. We up out of here. We'll see y'all Friday.
Peace.